I don't have a mic. I don't have my gimbal. But I'm gonna say what's on my mind right now. And as of right now, damn, I look like I'm recording on some old device. It's a 16 Pro Max. Where the camera at? Trying to find the camera. But look, all I have to say is living with your parents on this journey of remembering who you are has to be one of the hardest journeys. One of the hardest things there is. Because at this point, it's like I'm trying to remember who I am and fully embrace the ways that I forgot as I once was a child. Like right now, I am walking outside, barefoot in the grass, back and forth. Something you do as children. I'm grounded. As a child, I didn't know I was grounded. But now that I have gained that knowledge, I know what it's called now. Like, I'll go hug a tree right now. Something I once forgot we used to do as child. Hug trees and climb trees and stuff of that nature. It's a little bit different. It is. But I say, the parents really play with your mental health. Like, for example, today, I'm trying to remember what happened fully. I know I was mopping at work, and she said, "You're gonna take forever." So I said, "Wait, let me add in the key detail." She said, it's like 5. We get off at 5:30, but I still be having kids in the classroom. But today, I didn't have as many kids around 5:30. Well, I still had the kids and the parent was still there. But once the parents come, I consider them there for their parents. But she said, like 5-10 minutes later, "What's taking you so long to mop your floor?" Right? But I kid you not, I just made mop water. I didn't communicate that. Should have been communicated. Yeah, I made mop water. But at the same time, I'm ear hustling what they saying in the front. I do be ear hustling, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I can't mind my own business. I just gotta see what they saying, especially once I hear my name. Once I hear my name, it become my business. But today was my brother's birthday. We went to get the cake. She says they close at 6. Right now, she said it's 5:42. At that time, I was mopping the floor. But I'm like in the beginning of mopping the floor. I think I finished, it was like around 46. So, what did she say? She said something, and it kind of triggered me. But at the same time, I'm still smiling at it, smiling and laughing in the back, repeating it to myself. Yeah, something I think is you always take a while to mop your floor or something like that. But I always have kids in the classroom. Then I gotta make the mop water. And then after I wait for her in another classroom to get mopped. My classroom technically really be the last one to get cleaned every day. But I told her, I said, "You can go there and then come back and I can finish mopping the floor." And she said, "Nobody wants to do that. I'm not doing that." I'm like, oh my God. But at the same time, I'm laughing. I'm saying, oh my God, and laughing at the same time while repeating it. You know, when I laugh and repeat things that she said, that make her even more upset. It like triggers her. Because I feel, even though she's like the second child, just like I am, she was the one that was more forced to grow up more forced on taking on responsibilities, especially when the sibling is out the house and your older sibling out the house and your mom always out the house, which is literally how she was, and how I can't even say how she was. That's how I feel she was when I was a youngin, when I was a child. She always going, it's always this and that. We get into a little altercation in the car. Do I remember what's said? A little bit. Do I want to say that information? Hell no. But it went along the fact where she said I'm like my uncle. And then I said she like her mama. I love my grandma, but sometimes I see shades of my mama. So I know where my mama get it from. So when I get to saying, oh, you acting like a child, I'm not saying it as a disrespectful way. I'm saying it as in more of a, this is things that you didn't seen as a child, then witnessed as a child, then felt as a child, and as an adult, you're doing the same thing. So it's like a child. And I work with children. So I see them do the same thing, and I try to help them get out of that. But then at the same time, I get triggered. So I sometimes I start acting like a child. Is it the right way? No. No, not at all. And it's so hard to like explain and like communicate that to her for some reason. You'll probably be like, grown ass lady or something like that. But I swear to God, I be wanting to say that. Grown ass lady acting like a child. And it's so hard to communicate that to a parent that you felt neglected you in a sense. So now I'm trying to heal that part of me. That's the inner struggle I have. And I kid you not, that same day, guess where my mom went? She went and got the cake. She went and got ice cream. You know, cake, ice cream, cough syrup, and what? I don't know, cough syrup, something around that. And went and took it by her man. I don't take medicine. But I kid you not, if we didn't have that in the house, I don't think she would have went and got it. I don't take medicine at all. But I kid you not, for me, or like my third brother, maybe even the first, she wouldn't have got that. But my little sister, she the girl. Everything's the girl when you want to get treated, when y'all want to get treated equally and things of that nature, fairly. Like, lately, like, hold on. Like, I really thought about this. I really did. I thought about this when I was mopping the floor. I was like, they had this place that I wanted to go to for my birthday. And I think it's in Gulfport. I don't know how long that is. That's probably like an hour or something away. And for my sister's birthday, she took her to that same place. What was that, like a year or two ago? Took her to that same place. And I had asked previous years, what can I say? I said, you know what? Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she thought that it's not far anymore. But literally, we went there, and she said we'll never come back here because the drive, and she the only one driving. But not for me. And I have a dog now. I do. Been having him for what? Two or 3 years. And I got the dog out of jealousy. I did. I really did. I wasn't thinking consciously at that time. I got the dog out of jealousy. Why? Because I used to put a dog on my Christmas list almost every Christmas. And then at one point I said, you know what? I'm not getting a dog. So I stopped. I stopped putting it on the Christmas list. So all of a sudden my sister's birthday, Christmas list and birthday list, but mainly Christmas list. My sister's birthday rolled around 2-3 years ago. And guess what? My sister had it on one of her lists. She said, you know what? I'm going to get her a dog. So at the same time, out of jealousy, I wanted a dog too. And then at the same time, I said, nah, I don't need it. I don't really want a dog. I really just wanted it because my sister had one. But what really threw me in on it was they was like, that's his brother. My sister had the other dog, the one that she liked. He had a brother there. So the whole time I'm like, I don't want to separate the brothers. Especially because of now, I feel separated from my brothers. Even though I see him every day. I feel there's a disconnect between us. And then, when I look at them, like even my sister, I'd be like, in certain ways and actions and things they do, I say, oh my God, this was taught. And I pointed out, this is a taught action. And they be thinking I just be going on rants. I'm not going on rants. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to inform you. I'm trying to teach you at the same time. I'm like, these are all things that you've seen and did growing up. Whether it was your mother, whether it was me, your other siblings, auntie, uncle, all cousins, all things you seen growing up for real. Try to see what that is. I think that I was looking like that was my brother or something. And it's so hard. I'm really trying to understand because, you know, they say we are reflections of each other, and what I'm seeing in them is a reflection of something I seen in me, and that's what I'm trying to touch. What am I seeing in them that I'm not seeing in myself? Because at times, that anger, not even anger, first, it's frustration. My frustration turns into anger. Especially when I feel misunderstood or not understood at all. Yeah, I am going on a little rant right now. I appreciate y'all if y'all listening. But that frustration turns into anger. Especially when it's something repetitive. Something that could have been avoided. That's when that builds up. And with my mother, I don't want to turn it into resentment. Because I feel like at some point, it's going to become resentment. If, like, that jealousy really going to turn into resentment if I don't heal that inner wound. Like, man, I really didn't see her do things with her boyfriend and my little sister that I didn't ask to do. I didn't ask to do with her. And yes, the times when she wanted to do it, I didn't want to do it. Or I didn't have a certain time in mind. Because I'm more free-spirited. I do think I'm more spontaneous. Not more, okay, I'm going to plan this out and I'm going to do this. Sometimes I plan it out, but I'm more spontaneous at the end of the day. But there were times where I had a certain time and she said, you know what? I got to do this today. Or I said, you know what, Miss Tasha? I don't even want to do it no more. And I really want her to, like, start communicating more. I tried communicating. She always say there's a tone in my voice. Maybe there is. But it's not the tone. It's not the tone. It's not how my face look. Even though that does have its implications. But it's more of the... What am I thinking of? Spit it out, Ivan. It's more of the... What did I say? It's more of the message that she should be listening to. Literally, it's more of the message she should be listening to. I don't understand why some parents don't see their kids as like a reflection of them or a reflection of things they experience in this world or outside influence. You see, never mind. A lot of parents see a lot of things as outside influence. I say a lot of parents. But when I say a lot of parents, I'm talking about a lot of parents that I have experienced. See a lot of things as outside influence. When the whole time it's been inside. The quiet child. You're not just quiet, that man stopped serving. I feel like I was the more quiet child, the more reserved child. And I keep saying I guess. I know as I got older, I started speaking my mind more. So me speaking my mind of saying things that, ew, they got something on my foot. Ew. I just stepped in shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, that shit terrible, bro. Nigga done stepped in doo-doo. Why do they have doo-doo in this grass and not have it picked up? Like, but as I was saying, parents, and I mean it, parents, please don't take everything as disrespect. We want to understand y'all as much as y'all want to understand us. But there has to be a line of communication. They have to be a line of communication. Not, oh, I thought you wanted this and wanted that, because that's what you thought. Ask me what? I'm 20 now. I'm 20. There shouldn't be no I thoughts. Yes, I can understand. I still live with you. You expect certain things. I expect certain things. But if we don't communicate those certain things that we're expecting from each other, then there's a line of disconnect. That disconnect gonna hurt. It will. That disconnect hurts most relationships. That's why, I said because I'm trying to connect thoughts right now. Or that disconnect turned into resentment. I keep hearing, and it keeps showing up in my feed, most likely because I'm watching the video and I'm liking the videos. They say children that grow up to resent their parents is often as a sign from when they was kids and when they was children. One of the most truthful things I done heard. I done told my sister that she got to speak up. I done told my brother he got to speak up. My younger one. My older brother, I'm watching it. He's starting to speak up more. And the first thing, he don't scream first. He might have a tone, but he don't scream first. She screamed first. Or, especially when she feels you're not understanding what she's saying. You have to scream because you feel like we don't understand what you're saying. If we don't understand what you're saying, you have to teach us in a different way. Literally. If I don't understand what you're saying, we have to learn in a different way. And that's what I learned. That's what I learned being at the daycare. If you don't understand something that I'm doing, then we have to learn in different ways. We do. I can't have, okay, you know what certain kids like and what certain kids don't like, right? You're not going to force the kids to eat what they don't like. You'll be like, okay, try this. If you don't like it, eat anything else. You have a whole plate of food, right? You're not going to say, sit at this table and don't get up until you finish eating. If I don't like it, why would I want to eat it? Especially if I tried it numerous times already and I'm telling you that I don't like it. Okay, maybe later on, it might grow on me. I might like it a little bit more. But that's later on. In this moment, if I don't like it, don't force it upon me. Yes, I am getting more in tap with spirituality. But I'm not going to go around trying to say, you know what? Your God isn't real. You should believe in the universe. That's something they got to learn for themselves. God is real. The universe is real. And then especially when I tell people we are co-creators. Oh my God. I feel like they get triggered again. Especially Miss Tasha. I told her, I believe Jesus was a real person. But I also believe the Bible was metaphors. Miss Tasha, that's my mom. That's what I call her. I started calling her that because at work one time, she said, you can't call, she said, don't call me mom here. So I didn't call her mom here. I started calling her Miss Tasha. And from this point on, she's been Miss Tasha. I don't even call her mom. I'll be like, Mom, Mama, Miss Mama. Or I call her my love. My love, I'm Miss Tasha. Oh, one other thing. The disconnect between child and parent. I know I talked about it already, but like I was talking about like us understanding each other more. But like, why, as a parent, I know you want, most likely you want your child to be obedient and things of that nature. But why? Why must say, I'm the child, you're the child, I'm the parent? How does that help our situation? I don't understand how that helps our situation at all. At all. I don't. Because you're older than me, so you have more experience, or you birthed me, so now I'm your liability or something, things of that nature. Like, I need help understanding that. And yes, I did grow up without a father. I can't say a father figure. I did grow up without a father mostly. Didn't really get in touch with him until the end of his life. He passed away, I think, 2 years ago. But yeah, the end of his life, and that connection didn't even feel like a real connection. I felt like he was just calling and trying to come by us because he knew his time was almost running out in a sense. And I think that was the beginning of my spiritual journey. Things that, that made me say, let me connect back with myself more, to understand this more. Because the more I connect with myself, the more I can understand. The more I understand, the more I can understand. The more I can overstand. The more I can understand. If I had more of a father figure, which I feel like I had until my mom and her ex-best friend fell out, which is my nanny, until they fell out, her husband, I felt was a was a great father figure. My favorite cousin, which is my nanny brother, felt like he was a great father figure. Even my older brother at times I felt like was a great father figure. But then I also seen reflections of childhood in them. It's like, at the end of the day, we're all living in a world where we still want to be children at the same time. But the world forces us out of our natural habitat and our natural abilities and forces us to work. But that's another subject. I'll touch upon that in another video. But if you stay here to the end, I appreciate y'all. I do. Because perfection is an illusion. Nothing in this world would ever be perfect. But if you have a vision, bring it to life. Create it. Don't let nothing stop you. Keep going. And if you feel like something's stopping you, like the people around you, your environment, then it's time to change environments. It's time to change who you hang around. It's time to attract. It's time to align and attract what you really need. I don't know if y'all can see the stars fully because how the front camera look right now, but they have some beautiful stars. I can show y'all the moon. Look, they got a plane flying by the moon.